5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in a second here.
Here we
All right,
are.
there we go. We're recording now. And so welcome
Good.
everyone. This is Shamir Ladhani with host Peggy Phoenix Dubro for the Phoenix Panther Energy Wave. Say hi to everyone there, Peggy.
Hello, everyone. Those of you who are with us in now time and those of you who will be with us in another now time, welcome to this gathering and to spending some time together. Immediately, I can feel the heart energy as we started.
Oh, well, that's so wonderful that we're able to do this together, Peggy, because I know that this thing just lined up for us. We have both have very busy schedule. I know you're speaking all over the
Yes.
place and you've got stuff. And this time lined up for us, just it was like almost like this was meant to be a space created by the universe. I'm so honored and grateful to have you and do this with you. Uh,
Thank you. And let me say something. I'm very honored to work with you. I knew you as soon as I saw your picture. I remembered you at all the Cryon events. And working with you and bringing this time together has been an absolute joy. You are definitely a force.
oh well, I
A
am so,
fabulous force, Mr. Shamir.
oh, I'm truly honored that you would say that. Thank you, Peggy.
We have a good mutual heart wave going here.
And we want to share that with the world because you know this is a first ever that we've combined the two energies of Phoenix and the Panther together. And
Yeah, yeah.
you connect so much with the Phoenix energy. I remember on stage you talk about the transformation that took place for yourself and your life.
Yes,
What an
yes,
amazing story.
yes,
And I connect very strongly with the Panther energy, which is the energy of the inner power and stepping into your power. And I can't
yes.
wait to get this going. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into a bit of introduction, introduce Peggy a little bit more formally. She's a woman that needs no introduction, of course. But before I do that, I want to share with everyone present here today what we are doing today. Today's webinar is all about generating energy wave for the group to clear mental, emotional, and physical blocks. And that's what we're doing today. And if people want to use their chat function on the right-hand side to communicate with us, Peggy and I will see that. We'll be happy to answer any questions for you. But this is really what we want to do today. So there's a lot going on in the world, and a lot of individuals are feeling anxiety, stress, and of course,
Mhm.
as light workers, we're doing our best to keep our inner light shining. So we uh, we want to do something today to help with this thing. And of course, the recording, as Peggy mentioned, those who are joining us right now live, and those who are going to be joining us later on, will benefit
Mhm.
from this thing. Now, Peggy, you've done a lot of these webinars, more than I have, I'm sure. Now, can
Yes.
people get the same healing from watching a webinar that's already recorded in the past?
Absolutely, because then we go to that place where time and space doesn't matter. What we're doing in the moment is we're creating a beautiful energetic coherence. And then that remains for those that come into it later and they bring their own energy into it, if there is such a thing as later. I've been working with the online webinars. I've been doing energy events online for 2 years now, and it is astounding to see what can be done when we meet through this marvelous technology and we bring together also our own deeper understanding of how it can be used. So now time is now time.
How wonderful. That this is exactly what we've heard from Cryon Channelings, as you know.
Yes,
And the
yes.
people that I'm just looking at the list of people that are here now, they're very familiar with Cryon, who talks about there are some who are listening to this and it's their now time. And I think this is exactly the same as it is.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So we will introduce Peggy formally. She's a woman who needs no introduction, of course, but we should do the honors of doing that. Peggy is a distinguished international speaker and teacher with an extraordinary, let me just cover my audience view here. I'm blocking myself. I'm blocking my own screen. Oh my God.
You're doing good. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
So you make adjustments and you allow your streaming.
yeah, I know it's crazy. Okay, anyways, I'm
Good.
blocking my own screen, but she's an international speaker and teacher with an extraordinary diversity of talents. She is based out of Sedona, Arizona, USA, and that's a place of high energy. She's
Mm-hmm.
also the co-founder of the Energy Extension Incorporated, and she has attained worldwide presence in the fields of energy balancing and evolutionary living. Did I miss any words? I
You
might
did
have.
good.
Okay,
You
it's
did good.
just
And there's one
wonderful.
more. And yes, and this is something that has grown over the years, and a lot of the different work that has been done is the EMF balancing technique, the
Yes,
reflections, yoga for the lattice, the waves. That's what we're going to talk about that we're doing in
yes,
Canada.
yes,
And I wanted to add that these days, the reputation that the EMF balancing technique brought into the world, energy work that's been accepted, has taken me now into places where I get to speak and address businesses or to address groups that one are just beginning their awakening. And that's where many of us, yourself included, will be called to go to. So
yes,
people that are listening today, just to be aware. I was looking at what's happening here energetically as we join, and there's a lot of changes that will come about very quickly. And those who are listening now, you're all invited to participate because some of the most amazing things can happen. And we're here to help strengthen that potential so that you become clearer with what you have to give and for people to be able to find you. That's part of the coherence for today.
oh, that's so beautiful, beautifully said. Uh, it's you also have programs. Your programs are designed to support the evolution of consciousness in the fast
Yes,
changing landscape,
yes,
and that's really what you
yes.
talked about right now. And that's so wonderful. So,
This is
Peggy,
it.
it's an honor and a privilege having you. And of course, people, if you look at the left-hand side of your screen, that's her website, and you can find out all about Peggy
Thanks,
from that
Shamir.
website. Yeah, my pleasure. And
Thank
this is
you.
me. I do need an introduction, contrary to
Yay,
yeah.
Shamir. First, let me do the.
I'm an international speaker. I facilitate workshops. I'm also a former vice president from an energy company here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Basically I'm based out of Calgary here, and it's an engineering firm that I'm a professional engineer by trade, and this is a different kind of energy that I'm working with now. I founded something in 2012, coincidentally, founder of Spiritual Explorers Unite. It's a 1,200 plus member organization.
Love it.
And,
Good.
yeah, we hold workshops once in a while, and most of my offerings are free, just for people to explore spirituality. And my passion is bridging science and spirituality.
That's really great. That's wonderful. We need that.
I know, and I know, Peggy, you wrote a book and you co-authored a book with a physicist
I
on.
had a physicist co-author with me, and it was one of the first that bridged science and spirituality together, called Elegant Empowerment. Yes, but with your strength and who you are, to see what you're doing, this is wonderful, beautiful, and this wave of awakening.
Yes. Wonderful to be of service. I also am a creator of Heart Waves and Soul Waves, which is
Hmm.
I'm presenting at the same or the Cryon weekend that's happening in Edmonton here, Alberta, on
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
February 5th weekend. It's an event-packed week where Peggy is presenting her waves for the first time, all three levels in Canada. You have not
Yeah,
presented that before, no? And of course,
not like that. No.
no, not like that. And so I'll be presenting two workshops at the same conference, Heart Waves and Soul Waves, and Global Heart Hug is something I presented in Colorado a couple of weeks ago, and it went really well. So basically, my passion again is to synthesize ancient wisdom with the latest scientific understanding. And my programs are there to support, and this is really my kind of passion in life, is to support individuals' quest to unleash the inner power or the Panther power for mastery. And of course, I'm on that journey. I haven't mastered it yet, but I'm on that journey, and I'd love to share my journey with others. So I
This is
think
great.
we can talk all about energy healing for ourselves, but we are impacted by what's happening in the world. And in Canada, I can say that, and in particularly in Alberta, and we've got one or two people that are from outside Canada and the U.S. here, but we are feeling the economic pinch due to falling oil prices, and I think that's a global issue. And
Hmm.
we've had
Hmm.
some massive layoffs here, and no doubt that that's been some sort of economic impact in other parts of the world as well. And we've got lots of stress and anxiety to go around. What's the pulse like in your part of the world, Peggy?
Same thing here, and part of it has also been with the with the collapse in the housing market and the way things changed. The way I see it is that many of us are finding us in a pressure, but the pressure is almost like a push, because under this pressure we can, as we join together in events like this and like the things, the workshops that we offer when we're there in Canada, is that we can create a coherence to help each other bring forth a different form of creativity. I felt the pressure here. I wouldn't be doing the things today I'm doing. I would have just been in my nice little comfort zone. And I'm really amazed at how this can really have a positive to it. So those of you that, I understand what it is to be in that place where you're not sure what's coming next or what do you do next, but allow that pressure of change. We're part of the transformational change, and we can do it more elegantly, and we can do it with more ease. And both Shamir and I are going to work with that during this time together. But I think the big thing is to say, welcome this time, because now this year in particular, even with everything we've seen happening over the last few years, we're building new foundations. Let's make those foundations what we know is possible for us for change in the world. We are creating the new ways, and I don't know why it is, but human beings, we tend to create better sometimes under pressure.
Well, you and I are both. You're absolutely correct, and you know what? We are under pressure. You and I are both fans of Greg Braden, of course, and
Absolutely.
Greg had some wonderful things to say about you. We saw in your testimonial. One thing in Boulder, when Greg was there, he mentioned that if you're familiar with this fractal time calculator on his website,
Yes.
if people are not familiar with that, please do check it out. It's called Time Code Calculator. He says that 2016, based on the Time Code Calculator, is a year of choices. It's a choice point for humanity, and choice
Great.
points for individuals. We're in between two cycles. The cycle that we just ended in 2015 as a personal cycle, and it's a chaotic situation while it's ending, because you're now forming into something wonderful, and the formation has not been determined. It's only going to be determined by individual persons' energies and collective energies. And so we're in a position right now in 2016 to be forming that energy the way we want to form it. So it's not been predetermined, and that's something that I think we can keep in mind when we're doing this kind of energy wave today.
Absolutely. And there is something that I want to, and I want to add to that. In the same way that many of us through the years experienced change that seemed to have everything tearing down very quickly, I would remind you, and I've been practicing this myself, we can also experience change where everything builds again very quickly, because we are on the edge of this wave. We've been aware that there's been this change coming. Things happened. Maybe things didn't happen the way we wanted them to, but
Yes.
now we're in this, there is a golden grace that's available. And so as we're creating this coherence in this time frame that we're together, I can see this beautiful energy pattern filled with creative connections. So each one is able to align with what they have in their specialties, and then to help contribute first in their own lives, and then to help others become more comfortable, because things will never be the same that they were, that's for sure.
That's well said, well said. And so what we're going to do now next, and we're going to get right into the wave. And first, I'm going to take everyone through the inner power technique. And this is a technique where you will set up the conditions in your own body and around you energetically to then receive the intuitive insights and inspirations provided to you by Peggy with the Phoenix wave. And so that is really the one-two punch we're going to do today. And everything that we talked about and then Peggy talked about today, keeping that in the back of our minds and saying, okay, now we want to create that inner calmness and still, and we want to create for ourselves in 2015 as an individual and as a human race a better new age of this. So that is essentially what we're going to do. Do you want to, before I get into that, so the inner power technique is going to be done by me, and then Peggy will lead in with that. And before we do that, I had a chat with Peggy just before we started this, and it depends on the energy of the people or what flows for us. We know that this webinar, we kept it for 45 minutes, but if we go over, uh, feel free to leave if you have other pressing issues, and we will send a link out. But I just wanted you to know that there is a chance that we may go over or we may not, depending on what kind of things that we and Peggy and I see. All right. So having
Right,
said
right.
that, Peggy, do you have anything to add before we begin this process?
The Phoenix Insights and Inspiration, that's going to give you a little bit of a taste of what it's like with the collective energy patterns. This is just one little part of the Waves event that we're doing when I come to Edmonton. That has movement and sound. But I'm going to ask you all to pay attention. I'm going to look at the energy patterns, and we'll go into those Phoenix Insights and Inspirations, first prepared by the Panther wave. So this is a very unique experience today that we're generating here. And thank you, each one of you, for being here and taking part in this time together today.
Wonderful. Then let us begin. So I'd like to ask everyone to please become comfortable any way you want. And you don't have to close your eyes for this, but if you want, please feel free to do so. And we will now begin the Panther energy wave, the inner power technique.
Mm.
Draw your attention in the area around your heart or chest. Take deep, slow breaths and visualize these breaths flowing in and out of your heart area. Wonderful.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, begin to visualize yourself in a place of calm, serenity, and peace. Use one or more of your senses to bring forward this experience. See what's around you that brings you inner peace. What is it that you see that brings you that feeling of peace? Smell the wonderful aroma that brings stillness within. Listen to the wonderful sounds that heal and calm every cell in your body. Allow those sounds allow the smell allow your sight to permeate every cell in your body. Taste the wonderful refreshment or nourishment before you and feel your body thank you for the wonderful treat. Now feel the textures around you and experience the feeling of caressing these as your heart, mind, and body settle into an active state of calm. Continue to take the slow, deep breaths and visualize these going through your heart, in and out of your heart, deeper and slower than usual. Use every sense in your body to create that inner power, that inner calm, that stillness that gives birth to the power within. Now have a conversation with your body and imagine the words are flowing from your heart to your body. Say, and you may say this silently or loudly, thank you for sustaining my spirit for so many years. I love you. Together, we will continue to learn about love and compassion, about gratitude and servitude, about mastery and humility. We are one with Spirit. We are divine. We stand in our power and in our authenticity. We speak our truth. There is no fear. There is only love. I am love. You are love. You are I, and I am you. Thank you for sustaining my spirit for so many years. I love you. Together, we will continue to learn about love and compassion, about gratitude and servitude, about mastery and humility. We are one with Spirit. We are divine. We stand in our power and in our authenticity. We speak our truth. There is no fear. There is only love. I am love. You are love. You are I, and I am you. Thank you for sustaining my spirit for so many years. I love you. Together we will continue to learn about love and compassion, about gratitude and servitude, about mastery and humility. We are one with Spirit. We are divine. We stand in our power and in our authenticity. We speak our truth. There is no fear. There is only love. I am love. You are love. You are I, and I am you. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am.
Mm. And from the space of the am that I am, I would like to remind each one of you that we are all channels, learning to channel more of who we are through these wondrous bodies in the strength of our own being. And so as we continue in gratitude for this physical body, for honoring the oneness, let us remember that the infinite is present in every cell of our body. The infinite is present in every layer of our DNA. The infinite is present in every light fiber of our being. Take a deep breath and become aware that the infinite universe is constantly impulsing this message. I am with you always because I am you. And then as we come into that beautiful figure eight alignment, that infinite communication alignment, this beautiful figure eight radiating from the heart, if you would, you may say, a message from, and give your name to the infinite. And I am with you always because I know I am you. And so it is in this state that the crown centers begin to align with the strength of the radiating of the heart, where we think with our hearts and we feel with our minds and we embrace all the senses of our being. In this time, in this moment, it is a regenerative energy that we align with, one where we take this moment to allow the energies of creativity to continue to rise within. Together, aware. Now, there is a beautiful pattern that is created here collectively, and it is one of balancing the male and the female energies, even as we are in this time of change, even as we are in a time of choice. This energy pattern opens for the opportunity for healing on many levels. And so it is through the energy of unconditional infinite love, radiating throughout every cell of our body and every layer of our DNA and every light fiber of our being, that we bring about a harmony and a unity. It is generated from our hearts. It is generated from deep within the intelligence of the heart, for there are new chambers of the heart to open, new ways of expressing and exploring the oneness of I am you, and you are me, and of the infinite connection we all share. As each one of us makes this agreement to come into the wholeness of who we are, the holiness of who we are, let us celebrate that we are connected, that we are in unity, and celebrate that we are also unique in our expression within that unity. There is a beautiful energy of support and coherence. The pattern continues to become stronger. Each one of you strengthening in your mission, feeling the energy of the heart opening to new ideas, to new ways of being. Remain aware. Use all of your senses. And pay attention to what comes into your consciousness as you balance the energies of the heart and the mind in your entire being. You have talents, skills, and abilities to continue to develop and to use in these new energies, in these new times. The pattern finishes beautifully as what is presented is you are ready with this new energy, beautiful opening within your own being. It is time to allow you to express more of who you are, to understand what it means to express as an infinite, multidimensional being, and to be present in this reality on this planet at this time. The celebration, the new calibrations of celebration are within you. Together, let us affirm that we are saying yes to ourselves and yes to one another. And so let us affirm, and so I am, and so we are. Each one of you, blessings as bridges of grace for yourself and one another.
And now bring yourselves back to the present moment.
Mm.
Just feel the waves permeating your body and sit with it for a little while longer.
Mm. Continue to rise again and again in the resonance of your being. Releasing that which no longer serves you and re-energizing into new alignment. Mm. Taking another deep breath, aligned in the core of your being. Beautiful, beautiful.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I don't know about the rest, and I would love to hear um, from others. If you want to use your chat window, please do tell us how you felt. I know we, like I felt the waves, I felt the energy surge, and Peggy, with you, it always happens whenever you're channeling and doing this stuff. I feel this, and it's a wonderful gift you have. And if you could see me right now, my hands are joined together and bowing to you and your greatness. Thank you.
Uh, and I to you. This was very beautiful. I could feel the strength, and you reminded us of using our bodies and gratitude. It was really nice. It was easy to go right into this. This is our first time we bring these energies together, the Panther and the Phoenix.
Yeah.
How is everyone?
Yeah, just type in the chat window. And while you are giving us your comments in there, just wanted to have Peggy speak a bit about what she's doing in Edmonton, because it is going to be a similar kind of a meditative technique, but but with movement, and also Dr. Todd, his wonderful voice. Please tell us about your upcoming event.
Yeah, on Friday, from 9:30 to 5:30 on Friday, I will be first with channeling yourself. And I've been with Lee Carroll all these years, and I've also learned to channel. And I believe that we are, as we learn to channel more of who we are, what we're really doing is we're aligning with who we are as a multidimensional being. And so it opens up, it's a beautiful day. When you finish at the end of the day, you will have experienced more of your own expression of self. It's a very unique day. I love doing the channeling yourself. And then the other that I'm offering starting on Sunday are the waves, and it's all 36 waves. And these waves are energy patterns that we create through movement. There's a Phoenix insight and inspiration with each one. And there's also the tones from Dr. Todd. And when you finish, you have 36 of these that you are able to use in any combination you choose for yourself, or also for your family, your friends, and even to be able to put together an energy session. I will be teaching you how to do this. Those of you who have studied the EMF balancing technique, you know this takes time to work with those energies. This is something that's really unique, that within those 3 days, you receive the videos, you receive a workbook, all 36 videos, all 36 waves, and for yourself to do the event just for yourself. At the end of each wave, there's a very deep coherence that happens in each one of us, and you definitely leave the event different than when you came, when you first started. And it's an honor to have collaborated with Dr. Todd, and this was all inspired from the Cryon energy. That has just been supporting us for so many years. And I feel like there is, I'm working with my brothers energetically in this one, and I remembered something that perhaps we did long ago, but the way it's presented today also complements who we are in now time. So thank you for having me talk about that.
Oh, that's so wonderful. We've had a couple of comments. Maria wrote heart-to-heart connection, and then Natalie basically said she had this was a beautiful open space connected with the own core being. Thanks a lot. So how wonderful,
Always,
Natalie. Thank you, Natalie. And
always.
I typed in the registration for the Edmonton event. If anybody's interested, of course, you can go to the emfbalancingtechnique.com, and that's the website that Peggy has. All right.
Thank you. Thank
Right.
you. And then, Shamir, you have something to offer that weekend, too. We are truly working together. What we offer complements. This is a dream come true for me. So, Shamir, do you want to tell them about what you're doing?
Peggy, that was my line. This is a dream come true for me. I'm just kidding. I'm truly honored to be on the same weekend along with the Cryon team members, and Peggy is one of the Cryon team members. And
Mhm.
to be doing this with Peggy, as she mentioned in her waves, I'll be doing an opening meditation for the
Yes.
waves thing, and then Peggy is going to come to the Heart Waves and Soul Waves workshops, and she's going to do an opening meditation with her. So what a great connection to make. The Heart Waves basically is about combining the ancient scriptures wisdom with the science of heart math to then create a heart wave that that actually puts the law of attraction on steroids of how you can manifest your desires. A few months ago, and I'm only talking about maybe a few weeks ago, there is no way that I could have ever dreamt that I would be doing a webinar with the great Peggy Phoenix Dubro. I had never thought that I could be doing a webinar or a workshop, and Greg Braden would point out in the audience, look at me and say, "This is the guy you want to go to for heart math. This is all the heart waves, and I'd like to share this with us all to be able to manifest your desires, and it comes at you. You don't even know it's going to come at you. It just builds so slowly and gradually that when you're in it, you realize what has just happened, and that's happening on Sunday. So I'm looking forward to sharing with everybody the ancient wisdom of the Dead Sea Scrolls and the wisdom within it, and the combination of the science of the heart, on how we can create our own heart waves. On Monday, it's a soul wave, and the soul wave is all about stepping into your power, into your life purpose. And what is the soul wave? What is your life purpose? Because when you're in your life purpose, you're in the flow and everything just happens for you. And a lot of us are confused because the energy is around us. We're confused around what we should be doing. We've got so much fear around I love to do what I love to do, but I need to make money. And how do you reconcile all of that? And how do you allow your body to say, not only can I do what I love doing, but I can make money at it, I can sustain a living at it. And how do you wash away all the negativities around the beliefs that don't serve you? And that's soul waves. So those are the two things. And of course, you can register through the website, and I'm going to be putting that in. Peggy, do you have anything to
Mhm.
add to what we just talked about?
With well, it is important that we also work with what I call universal financial flow. Um, each one of us has the ability, and I believe the right, to be able to look at our talents, skills, and abilities, to look at that which we love to do, and then to be willing. There is some work involved. You know, you talked about like it's one step at a time, and then all of a sudden there's a quantum leap. Shamir, you've been preparing for this for quite some time, and you're bringing together your talents, skills, and abilities to make your presentation. Same thing for those who are listening. And I would like to remind you that money is energy. And I like to use the term universal financial flow because when we look around the world, we're being told there's not enough, the value of the dollars are disproportionate, there's a lot of challenges that are occurring. And in 2012, when I had my own awakening, everything was torn down, and I thought I was moving into homelessness and had a big problem with my health. Everything got torn down, so I know what I'm talking about. And I made a reflection and I worked with to continue to develop my talents, skills, and abilities to be of service in the new energy. And I didn't know if I was actually going to transition because there was so much challenge at that time. And I'm just sharing it with you to tell you I really understand when people feel, what do I do now? Where am I at? And to encourage you to be ready to develop what you have and to also know to value what you have to give and to align with universal financial flow as an energy. You have a right to make your way in the world with who you are and what you have to give. And when we meet, we can always talk more about that. So I just share with you, I understand what it's like when you're looking and you say everything looks like it's completely collapsed. And it sometimes it does, but out of it comes a whole new awareness, like a phoenix energy. with the strength of a panther.
Yes. You know,
That brings forth, and we all have that. Yes, Shamir.
that is so wonderful, and I'm glad you put that in because everything is energy. We know we've heard Cryon say that. We've heard you
Yes,
say that, and I've actually typed
yes.
in universal financial flow. It sounds like another webinar that we need to put together on this,
It's a
Peggy,
good
at
one.
some point. Perhaps
I believe so.
yes, and
Yes,
that is we all struggle with that because we have our understanding of what is we and I often say to people, I said, look, I know we would love to have a gazillion dollars in the bank, but it's not. But keeping it in the bank, is not the end all and be all because you want to be able to spend it. So the idea is not money is a means to something, and that something is freedom. And but
yes,
we're looking for money for freedom. Whereas why don't we just skip the middle person and just say, I just want freedom, and let the universe
yes,
develop the synchronicities that gives you freedom. And I think
yes.
yes,
Yes, and that it can be that the universe will develop it. And one of the things I found is that in the tearing down and everything I went through in that last half of 2012, it was right after June when you
yes,
talked about I had reached a point and I knew there was a new alignment coming in, and maybe some of the people listening will know this, but I didn't know it was the alignment of complete Phoenix burn up of everything. However, out of it comes new freedom, new understanding. And it took me a year after being so ill and not knowing what was going to happen next or how I would make my own way in the world, that I was actually to say thank you. I really like who I am much more than even then. So some of you may have had that. And, some of you have been through this, some of you may be in the middle of it. I stand by you with strength, and I tell you that one foot in front of the other, you can build again in new ways, and that's what's been asked of us. Cryon has called some of us the way showers. Boy, that was, and I understand what that's like. So
yes,
let us together join and show each other the way. And part of it, I'm glad you brought it up, is to be able to create, to be wise with our financial flow, and to be able to create with it and to allow it to flow through our lives. And that's part of an energetic movement. Yes, this is a whole other thing we need to talk about. Meanwhile, big heart hugs of abundance on many, many levels for everyone. Yes, Shamir?
that's well put. I can't add anything more to that. So well
Mm-hmm.
put. You've gone through your own Phoenix experience, and in a
Yes.
sense that I'm a bit behind you in terms of my own kind of flourishing. But yes, that's happening to everybody at a micro level and a macro level. So
Yes.
it's a wonderful. So if no one else, I know there's been a few people who have asked, can I register for workshops at the door? Well, of course you can. Um,
Good.
you can register at the door. It would be nice to have you pre-register. If I know Peggy, you're going to bring some handouts for the your
Yes, I
workshop.
am. I have workbooks, and yes, I
Yeah,
do.
and I do too. So it would be nice to know ahead of time how many handouts to bring. I know, Peggy, you're traveling. You'll have to put it all in your suitcase. I'm just driving up 3 hours, so I can put everything in my SUV. I can put the extra ones in there, but it would be nice if you do that. So that's wonderful. And if there's nothing more, I've been, I don't see any more chat happening. I think people have got all the information. Of course, you can email us if you go on our websites for Peggy and myself. You can email us. I'll be sending out a link to all of you, so you can go over the meditation and this webinar over again and feel the energies. And when I send that link out, you will also have more information around the workshops. So, Peggy, do you have any closing remarks before we sign off?
I am so looking forward to coming and seeing each one of you there in Canada. It's been a while since I've been in that part of your country, and I remember the energies are so beautiful and so strong. And also, this is the only time this year that I will be teaching all 36 waves at once in this way. So um, a pleasure to be heading to align with the land, to align with each one of you, and I can't wait to see you all there. And thank you, each one of you, for being here today. Let us continue to be bridges of grace for ourselves and for one another.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Peggy. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Be on the lookout in your inbox for a link to this webinar as soon as we've done that. All right, so
All
we'll
right.
sign off now. Thank you.
Infinite love, everyone. See you soon.
From our hearts to yours.
Ah,
Take
you
care.
bet.
Bye bye.
Bye.